All right, so for this video here, we're going to go ahead and do page 291, numbers 14 through 15. Now, these problems are a little bit more difficult than the previous ones. Those were level 1. I'm going to consider this level 2 and 3. Same idea though, guys. The steps does not change. So step number 1 here is solve for slope. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So step number 1, solve for slope. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. We got 3 minus 1 over 5 minus 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 over 5 minus 0 is 5. And 2 over 5 does not reduce. Now here again is I'm going to pick a point that's easiest. So for me, I see a 0. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this point here because I know I'm not going to have to deal with multiplying a fraction. But if you pick the other point, you will get the same exact answer as long as the math is correct. So in my eyes, why would you pick something that has more steps? So I'm going to just pick this one. Step number 2, go ahead and plug it in. So plug in the values. So I picked my x, I picked my y. So y is 1. My slope is 2 over 5. My x is 0. And 2 over 5 times 0 is 0. They go away. And that means that 1 equals b. And I'm going to go ahead now and do step number 3. Now that I have it alone and isolated, put it all together. Y equals my slope of 2 over 5x. B is positive, so positive 1. Now, again, I was happy that that worked out for me. If you picked this point here, the 5 in the denominator would have reduced, and then you would have still gotten 1 by doing 3 minus 2. So again, same thing, but I always pick the easiest one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at number 15. Number 15, again, step 1, solve for slope. So step 1, solve for slope. We got x1, y1, x2, y2. Go ahead and plug it in. So y2 is negative 6 minus 0, and then 1 minus a negative 3. Negative 6 minus 0 is negative 6. Keep change. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then this reduces to negative 3 over 2. So watch that negative sign. You have to have it there. Okay, so the next step here is I'm going to go ahead and pick a point to plug in. Again, I'm going to pick something that I see is nice and easy. So I have a 0 right here. I'm going to pick that one. It doesn't matter which one you pick though. I'm going to pick that. Okay, so my y value is 0 equals negative 3 over 2 times negative 3 plus b. Now we got to do a little bit of math here. So let's go ahead and multiply the denominators out. We have negative 3 times negative 3, which is a positive 9 over, and then this is over 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Now that's an ugly fraction, but luckily I picked the one with 0. So I'm going to go ahead now and minus 9 over 2 from 0. And 0 minus 9 over 2, guys, is negative 9 over 2. So negative 9 over 2 equals b. All right, and then I'm going to put it all together now that I have b. My last step is put it together. So we got y equals, this was my slope, so negative 3 over 2x. And then this here was b. This is my b. It's minus, so negative 9 over 2. And I am all done. Yes, it looks a little ugly, but we're going to just leave it alone. And that is the final answer.